Hi, this is Beau Fiegel, strongest lawyer in Texas. I don't have my trophy in front of me right now because I'm not in the studio. I'm in Houston. Corbin couldn't make it tonight to review World's Strongest Man Day 2 and predict the finals. So I called in late replacements who are stronger than Corbin anyway. So I've got my friend Matt Barba out of the Valley who kicked Corbin's ass and was runner-up in Texas Strongest Man to a guy who should not have been participating in Texas Strongest Man at the competition we competed in 2 weeks ago now. Is it 2 weeks now?
I think it's been 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, and I have Texas Strongest Middleweight, Justin Reyna. He's a chiropractor. He's a doctor. He works on people, saves people, makes them well, enhances their lives, but fuck all that. The man is Texas Strongest Middleweight, so that's what's important here tonight, right?
Oh, man. Wait, how come you get Texas Strongest Man and I get Texas Strongest Middleweight, but you're a Masters?
I get I've done Texas Strongest Master. My wife likes Texas Strongest Grandpa, which is the worst.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, I've joked with all my friends. Like I've got a dad bod father figure, gray hair, and I'm older, and somehow I'm better in the bars at picking up women. Women have really dumb taste. So
I think I should be Texas Strongest Athlete because anything after middleweight's unathletic.
I don't know. I think our buddies in Texas in the Strongest Man final are going to disagree with you today.
They might, but
they might.
At the end of the day, if you're a middleweight, you're like on the verge of being like a CrossFit hybrid strongman. Let's be real, man.
Yeah,
two of the three people who have done 700 in competition.
Give me something better than CrossFit. CrossFit's painful over here.
Yeah, right.
Hydrox?
That's the first thing.
Oh, that's worse. That's worse. I'll take CrossFit over Hydrox.
My deadlift's 4 pounds above Justin's, and I'm never going to let him hear the end of it. So, oh man. How much were you guys able to pay attention the last 2 days? I know you have lives, careers, and jobs.
I've stayed pretty locked into it, obviously, because Nick and Austin are patients of mine, and I've been kind of checking in with them to make sure physically they're doing good. Because typically I go to the comps and I manage their musculoskeletal care. They're both doing great. Obviously, performance-wise, they're crushing it, dude. Yeah, both Nick and Austin are they're showing out in such a crazy way, man.
Yeah.
Matt, you be able to keep up?
Yeah, I've been keeping up pretty well, man. And not so much like I paid attention to the first video where I made my predictions, but the recent one that you and Corbin did, I didn't. But me and my crew in the Valley, we've been all keeping in touch. And I hate to say it, my dark horse prediction might come true. Because what was it? I'll jump. It's going to be, I have a feeling it's going to come down to Mitch and Austin for the title. And then
I love it.
And I'm being honest, like we're talking about it today. His wheelhouse is coming up, and I made this prediction, and then Nick too. If Nick found a way to make it and squeeze into the finals, he's gonna hurt feelings, dude. He's gonna hurt some feelings because this is the highest level of performance I've ever seen him do, man. So I'm fired up. So my dark horse prediction is I think it's gonna. I'm sticking to that.
I love it.
Who's currently second place?
Well, here, let me get the results, and then we'll go through the groups, and then we'll do our predictions after.
Is it Matt Ragg? Because I know Austin's in third right now by 1 point.
Well, here, I can actually share the screen, and we can do the actual what it is right now. So let me see if I can zoom in. I'm sure for smart people who know how to use their fucking computer or use actual software to record. That'd be great. Right now, in first place is Mitchell Hooper after the group. So they do the events as if the 10 athletes who made it to the finals competed in the group events, and they reorder. And so the first event of the finals essentially were the group events. Mitch Hooper is first place. Reyna Nell, second.
Yeah, nothing to worry about.
Fucking fat Mexican best friend of ours, coach, got third. Eddie Williams in fourth, currently 7 points. Andre Foitu, who had a walk to the finals, unfortunately, after some injuries today, in fifth. Pablo Cordiaca, who exceeded a lot of my expectations, in sixth. Martins Lises, again, kind of walked after his group fell apart, in seven. Trey Mitchell, I want to get to this in a little bit, tied at 7, who who manned the fuck up after some bad events and figured his grip out, got into tie for seventh. Matthew Ragg in in ninth place, and Nick Guardione in 10th, walking into the final. So that's 10-1. They start at this handicap, and that's where we currently sit. So to answer your question, Justin.
Okay, so here's the reality of it. In my experience, being around all these guys, is Austin is extremely competitive, and he's extremely, I don't know what other word to use besides macho. But there's absolutely no fucking way that if it comes down to one place in the finals that he's going to let Mitch Hooper beat him, especially on stones. It's not going to happen on stones, which is the last event of Worlds. So if it gets to that point, Austin's going to beat him for sure.
Yeah.
Nick is going to increase his positioning, but I think that being 9 points under going into the finals is a very, very deep hole to dig out of, unfortunately. He's done a tremendous, and he is continuing to grow enormously as an athlete. I just think 9 points is a huge fucking hole to dig out of, especially whenever you have the 10 best guys in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Austin is in a very prime position to take the world's strongest man this year.
Yeah.
I've been blessed to know Austin. I don't even know the math. 3.5 years. He coached me, started January of 23, February 23. What's that math now? He's over 2 years of coaching. Just since then.
Pretty much 3.
Yeah. I was there as a buddy when he basically invited himself to World's Strongest Latino to put himself on an international stage. And then when he was trying out for the Shaw Opens to get himself in kind of that area, that I went to the first 2 Shaw Classics with him. I was there at the first one when it was Strongest Man on Earth. And, at first I was there in Worlds in 2024 when it was in Myrtle Beach. And I remember when he made the finals, and we were crying, because it was like this guy lived his dream and he's kind of made it. And then we were there this last year where it's certainly not frustrating. He got a 1,000-pound deadlift, a 470-kilo deadlift, getting these big invites, making progress. But then it kind of had this feeling of this forever Trey Mitchell, always on the outside, not quite a podium guy. And I don't know what happened between last year's SMO, Rogue, World Deadlift Championships, and this year's Arnold, where Austin got second. But he has gotten to a level of fuck you, of drive, of learning how to win. There is a gear he has hit, and he proved it today. For me, we could go event by event for him, but the carrying climb, while he got second and Tom had the mishap to get him last, he still improved in that event. He did what he needed to in the overhead to win. Then the squats, he's the last person to go. He manages 16 with knee sleeves, no suit, no wraps. He just fucking pumps those out. Then he goes to a truck pull that's too light. Let's just look at the times. It's too light. No fucks given. He's the second, third fastest time in the truck pull in an event that you wouldn't expect him to go. Then he goes out already in the finals and ends up second in that event in his group, but it doesn't matter. Probably the third or fourth best time or performance on the stones. He has a mindset right now that's so locked in. I agree with you, Justin. He's a different animal than he was 2 years ago and a year ago.
Well, I think if you analyze Austin, he's as quad dominant as Lucas Hatton. Less impressive overhead, better deadlifter, better stones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reality of it is if you're going to do a straight up quad off, I think Lucas probably wins, and Lucas will win with an overhead, but Austin will win on stones. Austin will dominate on a deadlift. Yeah. Austin's just a little bit more well-rounded than Lucas is overall, which is why he continuously places better than him.
I agree. And to Nick, same thing. Nick weighed less than me 5 years ago.
Granted, Beau, you are extremely overweight.
Shots fired.
I've been getting the wrong peptide. I need the GLP-1. I don't need
that PT-141 is... I was hoping it would increase some cardio.
We actually got to talk about that. Those side effects are brutal. So,
yes, they can be.
Yeah. we're not going to do my poor wife. So only 2 people get that who listen to this, but yeah. Nick's rise, we can tease him, we can make fun of him. He's such a fucking goofball, but the dude has worked his ass off, and
He's an athlete. Yeah.
he's an athlete. But he's been in Austin's shadow every step of the way. He stepped into pro shows way before he was ready, and he finds ways to win. He finds ways to perform, and he gets himself to these stages, and he's not intimidated. And that dude, outside of a squat event that, again, I think had real problems with the depth for some of the athletes. I mean, he was second in the carrying climb. He was, just killed this event. Did everything he needed to. Couldn't be more happy for Nick.
Yeah, I mean, Nick is just improving at such a. I honestly think Nick and Austin are both improving disproportionately accelerated compared to the other strongmen in the sport.
Agreed. Outside of maybe Foytu. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also improving quite a bit, and he has a strong overhead too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, any surprises for you guys in the groups? Like an obvious one to me was Evan Singleton's just collapse.
Yeah.
That was surprising. Tom Stoltman also.
Yeah, I didn't think Tom would do as bad as he did. I mean, I knew, I just assumed he would go to the finals, but he kind of fell apart too, man. I mean, and I don't want to talk like too much shit because at that level, dude, you're all
happen. Yeah.
same time. I hate to say it, we all down here in the valleys, we called it, bro. Like Singleton loses to himself, man. I mean, he's either falling apart or the mental game. I don't know. He got too animated. He just, I don't know, man. I mean, he's got all the accolades to kick ass and win, but shit, man, it sucks. It sucks to see that. But no, that was, yeah. I thought he'd do better. To be honest.
Yeah. I agree. I think Evan's too explosive for his own good, both emotionally and physically.
Yeah. I know that there's some disparity in the squat, and I think that's something they need to address. But one, it happened. Go perform. And two, if you saw Evan squats, he's good morning these things. Like he looked like me 2 years ago, Justin. Like I mean, not being an asshole, but like, and I know he's been compromised with injuries and stuff. So who knows what the hell's going on? He's an elite athlete, but you've got to make it happen. And then today, I don't know what happened on his truck pull and the stone. I hope he's not actually hurt. But yeah, he definitely took himself out.
Well, man. Just look at the two quad dominant events, and Evan performed poorly on them. So I think if it happens one time, yeah, you could claim it a fluke. But if it happens every time in the same mechanic, I think it's a weakness.
That's a good point. Maybe he should reach out, get some analysis from Justin.
He probably should.
For Tom, I watched this video. He put out a big video. I'm sure they'll put on the reactions tonight. First of all, I love Tom Stoltman. I actually my autistic stepson's in the room with me, and I've developed a lot more empathy and like understanding of that world. So he's someone I look up to, and Tom Stoltman. That story is incredible. So I don't ever want to disparage, but what was fun and sad for me with Tom Stoltman is it felt like this was a very change into the guard moment. Like we've kind of seen Tom Stoltman not perform in these bigger shows with Rogan, Arnold. He's not quite gotten to the top of those places. It's always been World's Strongest Man. Event's a little more prep for him, but he's still great, and he's kind of someone you would check in. But when me and Corbin did the preview, I was like, I don't know that he makes the finals. Looking at the athletes and looking at the preview before I saw the groups, and you can see the poor guy in his head. And when I saw his interview, it felt like he was kind of expected to make the finals. He was down 4 points coming into today, talking about the other guys in the other groups. Like, bro, you're a long way away from the final. Like, worry about yourself, worry about your performance. And he's clearly built up in his head that he's expecting to be a podium guy. And now he's kind of back in the mix. This guy's so talented, elite. If he gets the right coaching, if he gets it there, there's nothing stopping this guy from winning 3 more World Strongest Man titles. Like, I mean that sincerely. His gifts are that endless, but it felt like he thought a little ahead of where he was with the Lucases and the Austins, the Knicks, the Reynos. Like, dude, this sport has caught up, and you've got to find a new level now because the sport seems to have caught up to Tom. To me,
yeah, and I'll be honest. I'm gonna be straight up. Nick and Austin, it's a blessing that they have each other to train. You know what I mean? I know he has his brother. And it helps, you know what I mean? But I saw him in a boot, and I'm thinking, like, how much quality training did he really get in? You know what I mean? And who's really making the effort to go and I always use the saying, it's iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens the other, and it's true. Like he's gonna have to start, like you said, Beau, crank it to another level. Like, oh shit, I need to shit or get off the pot. I need to be able to realize, okay, what I'm doing is not working, and I need to crank it up and go get either coached or go move closer to someone at that caliber with those dynamics and just train lights out.
Well, he's also been at the top. I mean, I think staying at the top, I don't know. I'm not that guy, from Texas Strongest old fat man, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'd have to imagine staying at the top has a different capacity for motivation than building up there. The hunger that Nick and Austin have is one thing, and I'm sure Tom had that, but now that he's there, I wonder if it's harder to stay there.
You're right.
Level.
Yeah, there's always a taller mountain to climb after you climb the mountain, right?
Yeah, that's probably not good in a psychiatrist's office, but for us three who are trying to climb our own mountains here, it helps in the gym for sure. That and the Trenbolone might add to the size of those mountains. So we'll see. I don't actually take Tren for people who keep accusing me of it. So yeah. Any other surprises or thing y'all want to talk about from the groups that just before we just do finals predictions? Because I know you guys jumped on late. I don't want to keep you all night, but.
No, I actually think this is going to go exactly the way we see it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I guess I'm the one that has. It's the underdogs, man. I really enjoy it. I've always been an underdog in that sense, like I'm always the oldest and I'm always the guy that's trying to, prove something. But I think that's the chip in Nick's shoulder, and I'm leaning towards him. I know it's going to take a perfect storm for him to podium, but I really believe he can get top 5. I really believe that, and I really believe in my gut Austin can win it. He can win it, and if not, it's going to be a dogfight between the top 2 dogs. But I'm not worried about, like you guys said, you've known him longer than I do, but we can see it that it's there. The gear's there. He's going full to balls to the wall, man. I mean, I'm fired up for him.
Well, let's look at the events for the finals, man. They're going in with the numbers we already said. The first, they called it flip and carry. Did you guys see any of the stuff where they showed what the box flip is? Have y'all seen it, the apparatus?
Yes. I think that will be a good one for Austin.
Yeah, it's heavy as hell. It's 520 kilograms. So, and they got to flip it 4 times. So you kind of got to awkwardly deadlift, push,
like deadlift,
flip thing. I think it's heavy enough that it's more than just a
flip.
What's that?
It's a tire flip, but it's like a fucking toolbox.
Yeah, so it's got like axle bar handles that you can pick up, probably Continental. I don't know how they're going to do it. And you can drive into it with your back a little bit and to get it. But that kind of weight, I think, favors Austin.
Yes.
And then to fatigue the guys before they get to the 1,000-pound yoke, which I think 1,000-pound would normally be a weakness for Austin just because he's not quite as fast as the Hoopers and the Reynos. But he can. The weight's not a problem. It's the speed at that light away for those guys. But I could see Austin really be in top 2, 3 in that event. I mean,
a thousand's enough to slow people down.
Yeah, it'll slow
Mitch.
But look, I mean, he was an offensive lineman. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. And I mean, dude, I would train my kids tire flips in the off season and shit like that. And I know somewhere down this road he's going to tap into that, man. It's
he already has, right?
Well, he was the only person to complete the 1,400-pound yoke at SMO.
1 of 2, but yeah, he was second.
Well, did the other person complete it, or did they move it?
No, Tristan completed it. Tristan got it. Actually beat him in that, but that was it. 1 of 2 guys, and then the rest only moved it a little bit, and then 2 guys got somewhat close to the finish line. But yeah, only 2 guys picked up 1,400 pounds and moved. No, the problem with the 1,000 is it's kind of light for those guys, so they move it pretty quick. Not everybody, to your point. Hooper, Reyno will move fast. Eddie, I don't know how fast. Andre, I'm not sure. Martins will move fast. But the rest, I think Austin's real competitive in that. The second event is a Trump deadlift for reps. 360 kilos, 400 kilos for reps. We all are big Instagram guys with Austin. I don't know if y'all saw what Austin did with 850 for reps in his suit, but he speed repped 5 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, that'll be a good one for Mitch Hooper too, though.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah, and Reyno, weirdly, I mean, in a suit, his deadlift's pretty big. Trey Mitchell's really good in that as well.
Yes.
Matt Ragg actually beat Austin 2 years ago in this event, but I think that's going to be real competitive. I also think Austin simply improved. To your point, Justin, before, I think he's improved. And I think we're going to see 5, I think, is the most at 800 kilos at this event ever. I think a couple of guys can beat that despite their fatigue.
I think Austin hitting 16 reps on the squat shows that he has an engine.
With no suit and no wraps, it's like
it's wild.
I did 315 for 20 2 months ago, and it sucked. Like I had a little more, but it was miserable. I can't imagine a world I'm putting 320 kilograms on my back to get that. That's crazy.
Dude,
so
that's a shitload of weight.
Yeah. Then we get to Titans Toss. Do y'all remember that event from last year in the prelims?
No.
Mm-mm.
So it's a 30-pound sandbag, which is light for even
Nick
for
like
Justin.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Justin's great at sandbags. I saw him at Texas Strongest.
Oh my god.
Too soon? So it's 30 pounds.
Wait, was that as good as you did on the yoke overhead press or?
I'm trying to remember which event you're talking shit about right now. I'm sorry, which of my event wins you're talking shit about. So. I always, by the way, for the people that I'm teasing, Justin's a mildly better athlete than me, so I took shit in a much harder division. So life's a little harder for him. It's 30-pound sandbags at different distances. So I don't remember the distances. It's only over like 20.
But it goes super far though, right? Like I saw Nick training for it. It's like really, really far.
It gets real far, and as all those who done sandbags know, that explosion leaves fast. Once it's gone, it's gone. And when you can't hit a sandbag, I don't care if it's 15 at a certain point, when your legs are dead and you just can't get the explosion. So the guys had mixed. Austin got 7 of these last year. Nick got 8 last year of the 10 bags. Andre Foytu got 3. Hooper got 9. So again, Austin's trajectory improving. If he gets 8 or 9, he's right in the mix. Nick could win that event. Hooper could win that event. Reyna did, I think, 8 bags. I mean, Eddie Williams, Martins, I don't know, but yeah. So
right, you're pretty spot on there. I think Nick will do better than Austin for sure on that. Mitch Hooper is going to do quite good on that as well. Everybody else is sort of a toss up.
Then we get to day 2. There's 2 events left. Max log. We don't know the starting weight, and I don't know the jumps. But I imagine the starting weight at the lightest would be 360, maybe 380. They'll do it in pounds, not kilos. And then they'll probably go up 20-pound increments. That's how they did it in Sacramento in 21. Hatton did not make the finals. So we've got Foytu and Hooper. And then I would say after that, I'm looking at Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trey Mitchell's in there too. You got Trey Mitchell, Foytu, then Hooper. Then we've probably got Austin, is my guess.
Trey may be the best actually out of the 4 if he can clean it.
Yeah, I don't think maybe he is. If he can get that up, he's gonna.
Yeah. And then probably Mitch, and then a very close between Foytu and Austin.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. And then the heavy set of Atlas stones that they've got to run in. So those are the finals events. Nothing bad for Austin there. So yeah. Trying to think.
Austin just needs a damage control and a sandbag.
Yeah, and again, he got 7 last year. I mean, there's nothing to stop him. And again, he just looks so locked in. He just looks different. I've been texting with him. I'm sure you guys have too. And he just is. He's happy. He's chill. He's having fun, but he's locked in. He's executing. What's there to say? Nick, I think front running is kind of free rolling here. Just there's nothing to execute. There's no pressure. Even on Austin, I don't think he feels pressure at this thing. He feels excited. So, yeah. Well,
so.
Give me Austin, Justin. What's your podium prediction and what's your predictions for the Texas boys? All three Texas boys.
Top 3 in no order specifically is going to be Mitch, Austin. Oh man, I could see Reyna being top 3.
Yeah,
I could see that with these events ahead. Yeah, I could see that.
Matt, where are you at on that?
I'm going to piggyback off that exact prediction. I don't know where, but the top 3 men will be Mitch, Austin, and Reyna. They're going to be fighting for those first, second, and third. And man, I'm going to stick with that.
When I did the podcast with Corbin before the groups were announced, my top 3, my podium finish was Mitch, Austin, then Andre Foytu after the Europe's performance. because it's my podcast and because I'm friends with these guys, my podium now is Austin Andrade, Trey Mitchell, and Nick Cardione. So we're just going to say fuck it and have some fun
Go
for
for
the
it,
Texas guys.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like I was saying.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, like
Oh,
I was
dude.
a dark horse podium division, and I got Nick there at third, man, sitting there at third. Like I said, we've all seen crazier things. We've all seen these guys, they get injured, and God knows we don't wish that upon anyone, but it's happened. It's happened before. We're top guys, they get there at the top, and it's any man's game. It's any man's.
That's true, man. You could have an absolute catastrophic meltdown, like I had at Texas with the sandbags. It could absolutely happen to anybody at any time, man. You could tear a bicep. I don't wish that on anybody, but like anything could possibly happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Just as the sport overall, it's been so fun to watch. I know you guys have been a part of it for a while. Mitch Hooper came in 2022, and by 2023, had taken it by storm and looked like he was out of everybody's reach. And again, there's nothing he's done to come down, but I feel like the sport has just steadily gotten up there. And what's cool is Mitch will tell you that. Mitch will tell you that the Arnold, yes, he won it. Yes, he didn't have to really do the last event, but he felt the heat the whole time. Mitch has been humble in his videos for a reason. They're not talking shit to Mitch. He's GOAT status almost. But I think the sport is caught, and I really do think anything could happen. Your Reynos, your Austins, Eddie Williams looks like a beast right now. Foyt killed Europe's. This whole lineup's crazy.
I think Big Z is GOAT status.
Oh, I mean, not yet. I should have said Mitch is on his way to GOAT status. I think 2 or 3 members of this, we got to do that.
I think Mitch is playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers.
Well,
that's what makes him so good.
I agree, but to your point, when Nick and Austin are making these gains, said Jim Bro gains, I think part of that is the chess that our gym with the owner Tim, your guidance through health, the way they train, and they've given us the chance to train. We peak, but we don't lose our minds. We use our PE. We don't get slaved to numbers. We don't go full armored strength in the gym, just try to kill ourselves. We take days off when we're sick. We deload. We do other stimulus. How many front squats do we do because we got to get those work? How much do we work on our weaknesses? How often do we come in to see you, Justin, to work on my stupid foot that looks like I'm a zombie when I walk? Like they have done that, and I think that's part of Mitch bringing this sport up. Is Mitch was doing that at 21, 22, bringing himself into the GOATs in his level. And the guys that are doing that, what are they doing? They're making the finals. So
I mean, I don't think Mitch has the community that Austin and Nick have, and that's why they continue to build. And in that community, there's assets that support them, and they support each other, or they support those assets. 200%.
Yeah,
as well, right? So it's a mutually beneficial community that there's just no way there's another group that has that.
Yeah, and I mean, outsider looking in, whenever you guys would come down to the competitions, or heavy metal would be at any competition back in the day, when Gabe was hosting them and stuff like that, you guys rolled deep, dude. And that's something you don't see, dude. And that was something that, I would try to emulate that culture with my garage. And to this day, I still try to do that. But you guys, it's exactly 1,000%. I agree. You have a community. You have a village of people working together to see the success of these two guys, because behind them is the village. It's the people. It's the community of heavy metal. So that right there that's gold, dude.
Mm-hmm. You're training with the boys.
Yep.
Well, look, Corbin just texted me. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stay on for 5 more minutes. I'm going to send Corbin the invite. Y'all are going to talk shit to Corbin, and then we'll let you guys
I like
off.
Corbin.
Dude, I like Corbin.
Yeah, we like Corbin. We can't do that.
Yeah.
I said I'm watching monster reels all the time, dude, and vice versa.
Dude, Corbin's so cool.
He is awesome. He came on with me to do a prediction podcast, and he actually came to the office. We were deloading after Texas, and so he came to the office at like 6 a.m, and so we did it then. And then he came on with me last night, and and then he'll jump on here in a second. So I was happy a couple things in the events though. I don't know how much you guys got to pay attention, but one, I thought the events were better this year. Outside of the squat depths, what's that?
Majorly better.
Majorly. Outside of the squat depth inconsistencies and outside of the truck being too light, I really don't have complaints. I don't think the Webster Stone should be a part of the Stone series, but I mean that's a pretty minor complaint. But overall, I thought they did better. What I love about the sport too, talking about community, is I love every athlete. Like watching them perform. Take like Lucas Hatton, like he worked on every weakness. This dude was good in the climb and carry, or the carry and climb. He just ended up last in his group, but he improved. He won 2 events. He actually was only 2 seconds behind Austin, or second behind Austin in the truck pool event. I didn't expect him to do well, and he picked up the Pillstone that he missed last year. All to not make the finals, but watching him improve, watching the new guys like Andrew Flynn and Ben Glasscock have their days in the sun. Andrew Flynn all but made the finals. Did you guys see Andrew Flynn's stone run on Instagram?
No.
I didn't get
He picks up the last stone, the 420-pound block. He carries it up. He's already wobbly. He composes himself to put the block on, and as soon as it does, he passes out on the back.
That's awesome.
He gave it his all. Evans Nana, while he was like nowhere near squat depth, passed out forward from killing himself there. And I hate it for him because I think he popped his bicep on the Pillstone at the end. But that dude, I got a chance to meet him at 24, and if you don't know who he is, he has an energy that is like if when you talk to him, you will walk away the most optimistic you've ever felt in your life. He's just the nicest, coolest guy. Even Tom Stoltman, again, the guys that we kind of think as villains to our friends. I mean, how can you not be inspired by guys like that? So all around, I've enjoyed the show for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah. Anything stand out to you guys? I'm waiting on Corbin to jump in.
No, man, I'm just impressed with the way that Nick and Austin have shown up.
Yeah. In big moments too. I mean, Nick could have gotten discouraged after squat, and he came in, got second in the truck pull, and got second in stones.
Nick PR'd hard on the squat.
That's so crazy.
That's all you can ask for, right? I mean,
his best gym session was 675 for 3. And he walked out there and did 700 for 6.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
One time I was talking to Austin, right? And Beau will recognize this. When I'm at competitions, I'm not enjoying myself.
You're not a joy to be around.
Yes, I recognize that, right? Like I'm not communicating. I talked to Matt a little bit because he's a little bit more fun to talk to at competitions than you both.
I guess so.
But for the most part, I really don't talk to anybody when I'm at comps. And Austin told me something that I still think about. And I'm trying to implement it, right? It's like, did you control everything that was within your variables, right? Like, did you make any execution errors? Because if you did, that's your fault, right? Are you injured? No. And did you PR or did you actually, improve? Because those are really the 3 variables that you should be judging your performance upon.
Yeah.
Not necessarily how you place, even though, of course, we all like to win, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you can't control the external factors all the time. You can control the internal. And if you can find joy in those internal factors, that's where you have longevity in any sport, or really any endeavor that you undergo in life.
I agree.
I agree, man. Corbin, what's up, man? Did you know it was going to be a group?
No, I didn't. I heard all this intellectual talk.
Corbin.
Now I'm just confused.
Well, I thought you ditched me for a little girl.
And Justin says winning doesn't matter. What?
No. That's all that matters to me, Corbin. You know that.
Well, Corbin, guys who win Texas Strongest Man or Podium get to say when he doesn't matter. Guys who win
Hey, you know what? Well, hey, one day I'll get to hide behind my age.
Shots fired. Took about 3.5 seconds.
That's okay. It's been nasty. Corbin, we went through a fair bit, and these guys can jump off when they want, but talk about, we've gone through a lot of it, but anything in the groups, like any storyline you want, because there's a bunch. Tom, Lucas, Trey finally fixing his grip enough on the Webster Stones. Of course, our best friends in Nick and Austin. What anything stand out you want to hit on?
I want to hit on that. I'm sorry for saying that yesterday was Andre Foytu's day.
To collapse.
I guess no. I think I said that yesterday. We talked about how yesterday was his day, and today he was going to struggle, and I guess that was a lie.
I think he's going to struggle in the finals.
With what?
I don't think he has the athleticism for the bags.
He got 3 last year. 3 of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's going to struggle on the bags. I think he's going to be very, very mid to less than mid on the stones, and I don't really see him doing particularly well on the flip event, whatever that you call that. The
flip to yoke. Yeah, that weird flip to yoke.
Yeah.
I really think that he's going to suffer in the finals. Well, he's young. I mean, he's like 24, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. To your point, all his efforts in like destroying that group, Foytu is 5th currently, behind Hooper, now Andrade, and Williams. And that's not talking shit, but in the events compared to themselves and having PR Apex Day, Foytu ends it with still 5th, which again is insane. None of us, maybe Corbin will get there. Or maybe Barba and Corbin combining into a unit can get to World Strongest Man.
Barba will sit on Corbin's shoulders.
Yeah, Barba will deadlift and Corbin will move. So.
No.
Dude, we talked about Barba being the power stairs.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Barba was moving.
Yeah, but you almost broke your ankle on the power stairs, dude.
Look, I knew Corbin was going to be there, so I had to take 2 shits that morning, and I had to really make sure I was possible because I knew he was going to bring it. I even told him, I said, I'm looking forward to competing against you, Corbin, because I knew he was going to bring it.
Corbin's a bad dude.
Yeah.
What I was most scared of was Beau's emotional roller coaster he lived on all day that day.
Oh my God! On the deadlift.
Look, I don't know what y'all are referring to, so I'll just let that go.
So did we.
We also let it go.
Well, I mean, I didn't see you on the deadlift, Corbin, because I started at a 670, so I didn't see you deadlift. I'm not sure what you were doing. So,
dude, I think I was asleep when you were throwing the sandbags.
I think everybody was asleep by the time I did my first attempt.
Oh my God!
You had it worse. Yeah, you had it the worst.
That was ass.
Corbin, these guys did finals predictions. Justin and Matt both said Mitch, Austin, in some order, and Reyna. Those 3 in any kind of order. I said Austin, Trey Mitchell, and Nick Guardione because I just don't care anymore. So who do you want to reorder for the finals?
Man, I love Nick. I mean, Nick's going to have to come out of a hole because he's sitting with 1 point right now. And then probably obviously a deadlift event is not his favorite. But, I mean, I'm sure he's going to do decent on the overhead. I think Nick has a chance at hitting number 5.
That's the number I have in my head too.
I think Nick's got a shot there. I just don't know if he's got the horsepower yet for the podium.
Well, let's talk about someone else we haven't talked about. Talking about a podium or a chance to win his first World Strongest Man. Trey Mitchell's here. I know he's sitting tied for 7th, but I mean, is there a case for Trey Mitchell to hit a podium spot or even a top spot?
Yeah, there's no grip events.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Look, Trey and Austin, this is their wheelhouse. The finals is for them. You know what I mean? It's going to come down to the 2 Texas boys going at it for the podium. And but I mean, of course, I'm going to side with Austin on that, But like we were talking about prior with the log press shit, dude, I see Trey fucking putting up some big numbers, man.
No, I
think Trey wins that. But
can't Trey win 3 events? Can't Trey win deadlift, log, and Atlas stones?
Technically, he could.
He could. I think Austin could beat him at the stones.
Yeah.
But I really think both of them are going to do poorly in the sandbag.
Austin got 7 last year. I remember what Trey did, maybe 6 or so. I agree that's not their wheelhouse. But again, Eddie, Foytu, Pablo all sucked at sandbag last year. Mm-hmm. Like when we say poorly, there's only so many names ahead of them. There's a point where it's like you get 7 or 8, and then only 3 guys beat you. You're still going to need some points. So I mean, you can survive that. I think Trey Mitchell. I hate for him that he's starting at 3.5 points versus 8 for Austin. But I mean, 3 event wins could be 3 event wins, and I think it's I don't think Austin's ever beaten Trey at a stone run before. To my knowledge, I don't remember. The only stone run I've seen Austin complete so far was when he was at the Open that he won for Strongest Man on Earth or the Shaw Classic Open. He completed that run on day one, but World Strongest Man 2024, he didn't get the last stone or two stones. Giants Live, he missed the last two stones or stone. And I'm not talking shit on Austin. I'm picking him to win. He's my buddy. He's my friend. Like that is what it is.
Sure,
And
sure. No, it's analytics, right?
yeah. But Trey Mitchell doesn't miss stone runs. Trey Mitchell has only lost to basically Tom Stoltman on stones and maybe Mitch Hooper. I mean,
yeah, but I've seen Trey Mitchell have absolute catastrophic meltdowns on events he's good at.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've seen him. I've seen him not be able to clean a log. I've seen him.
He came back and cleaned it though.
I've seen him just totally f up a circus dumbbell. I've seen him just. I've never seen anybody catastrophically dissolve like him. Actually,
he does have some days that he implodes.
Yeah. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. Evan Singleton's worse.
Yeah.
I think I texted Beau this. He texted me earlier that Austin's going to have a shot to, in my opinion, he's got an event, the first event where he can be top 5.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah. I'm saying he's got top 3 there. You got top 3 in deadlift.
Yes.
Yep.
And you got maybe, best case scenario, I think he can get middle of the road in Titans toss, with some of the guys there.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have a guy like Nick, who maybe is not in contention for the podium, but Nick's going to catch a lot of people in that event.
He'll steal some points.
He'll steal some points there. And then you go Austin. I see Austin top 5 in log. He's not going to beat, Trey. I see Trey, Andre, and Mitch beating Austin in log.
And that's assuming Andre puts this together. Andre didn't beat him in smoke.
Yeah. Andre could collapse as well.
But I think Austin's right there, like number 3 or 4 in the log.
The only problem is I could see Mitch pretty much crushing every single one of these events.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Mitch could.
My real pick to win is Mitch. I know that.
2 every single one.
Yeah, like none of these look like weak events for him.
No.
I mean, we've sat here and talked about everybody else all week. Andre, Martins, Reyna, Nick, Austin, and then Mitch is just over here just destroying this whole of. And we're not talking about him because he's just what he's supposed to do. Like, we don't even surprised anymore.
Yeah.
And he sat there and destroyed this whole event. I mean, 33-second truck run? I mean, what's wrong with this guy?
And remember, his variant climb was 34 seconds till he forgot to pick the implement up. So he really would have won blitz through that too.
Yeah.
He casually did 12 squats because he said, I'm not going to even try to chase Austin, Luke Richardson, or Hatton. I don't remember if Mitch won the sandbag, but he got 9 last year. Mitch, I don't know, outside of injury or things we would never wish upon people, what's Austin's realistic path to victory over Hooper? I think it's the first event Hooper have to struggle on the flip would have to happen. Deadlift, it's stones, which Hooper's great at. Hooper would have to because if the jumps are 20 pounds, imagine they both hit 460 and then they're just too gassed to hit 480. Like that could happen. Even Trey, that could happen. And then there's a 3-way tie for first, and that mitigates what the max log could be. And again, even a Titans toss, these guys are gassed. It's the finals event. Maybe they all get 7. I don't care how good shape you're in. This has been a brutal couple days.
I think
that's kind of the place this could fall back to Austin a little bit. And I also think that's where Austin's strength's going to be. He's so locked in right now. He can just continue to drive. It's 5 more events that he's going to have fun with. Same as Mitch. Mitch's mindset is perfect this last year. I mean, he's just, ever since he got past that shit with his personal life, he's just unbeatable. It's just unbelievable. So
I think I have to go. I have to pick Mitch first. You just can't pick against him.
Yeah.
Austin second, and I think that's a real, not even a homer pick. That is a real legitimate.
Yeah, I agree. And then
Austin, and then my third. I'm gonna. I think Trey's worst is behind him at this competition with the events coming up. I trust him to come third in this one, and I would say Reyna 4th and Martins 5th.
That's the next person I wanted to bring up. Is we haven't talked about Martins, and that guy's an athlete, dude.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, shit, he won it before too. He knows what it takes.
How do you take two? Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
No. I mean, he went through a lot of shit, man. I mean, he, from the stem cell therapy, and he was smoking all the time, pain management. I mean, but we've seen him in his lows, and now he seems like the dragon, man. He seems pretty good,
Yeah.
We were talking. My buddy was talking about today. We can't exclude him from the mix.
Yep.
No, what did he do in squat? 14 reps on squat.
Yeah,
14s.
And
14 squat reps.
He's very quad dominant. Also,
Yeah.
his deadlift looks really nuts, dude. He sits deeper than anybody I've ever seen sit into a deadlift.
It's almost like Patty. Him and Patty do that really deep sit into it.
It's weird. It's so weird to watch.
And
I tried it once and I fell back.
I feel like it just wouldn't move if I tried it.
Something, man. Shit. 100 pounds is like a monkey throwing shit on my head. I just, I mean, dude, at this point, I'm going to try anything. I know, but yeah, getting enough of me. But yeah, we cannot exclude him. And
I mean, and he got into a weird group. Like, if you look at his overall points, like from the carrying climb and from some other events, like he was, winning or coming in second in most other of the groups in some of those moving events.
yeah,
He just ended in an odd group for him.
He beat Austin in the carrying climb. He beat Austin in the stone medley. He was only 2 seconds off Austin in the truck pull. He was 2 reps off Austin in the squats, and he was about 3 seconds off Austin in the overhead. Like, he's right there, Martins.
Yeah.
That's how good he did.
He got third to Austin at the Arnold too. So
yeah, and he was a rep away here or a thing here from getting there. Like, he was right in the mix. And this is after taking 2 years off and not being near as big as Austin. Martins is, we hadn't talked about him, but
I think Martins will do well in the first event, and then he's not bad at anything else. Like that's the thing we talked about. All these other guys, Trey implodes, Austin's moving, Nick's deadlift. Martins is not bad at anything.
he's well rounded.
he's a less good Mitch Hooper.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a killer costume here deadlift, right? I mean, I think Martins wins stone runs in his past. He won 2019 Worlds with stone runs. He's done every stone run at Rogue. Every natural stone event he's won. He's the guy who wins the Oldhagen stone. I know there's no natural stone. Like, there's just not a place. I don't know what he would do in the sandbag toss. Maybe that's a weakness. Maybe it's not. But he's not going to have a weakness.
I couldn't see that.
I don't see him I don't see that being a bad event for him.
No, me neither.
Like the case for Trey, if you wanted to make it, would be he can win 3 events. The trace for Martins is he's going to be top 3 in every event, right? Very Mitch Hooper-like.
It's the Mitch Hooper, yeah.
Yeah, he's Dollar General Mitch Hooper.
Yeah, so that's it. I don't think any major newcomers. Rag, we haven't talked about, who had a crazy good prelim. I mean,
I think Rag did amazing the prelim. With the guys that are left, I don't see Rag having success.
Yeah,
the same success.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm sorry, Rag. You're only the 9th best in the world. What a tragedy, huh?
Yeah.
And then Pablo. Well, you know what? Let's give Eddie Williams a minute of due here, because this guy was a novelty 3 years ago, and he took his spot. If you guys watched, I know Corbin watched it. We were watching the little volleyball stream. You can see when Eddie went right before Lucas Hatton, because they were the two fighting for that Group 3 or Group 4 spot, whatever it was, and Group 3. Eddie Williams did the stone run in like 53 seconds, and Hatton goes right after.
I think that took the air out of Hatton, man.
And this is an achievement for Hatton, because he missed the pill stone the year before, worked his ass off, missed that old Hagen stone, and then he goes to the Husafel, picks it up, and is like, "Fuck it, I'm done." And that's not to talk shit on Hatton. I'm actually really impressed with Hatton's performance to the prelim. But Eddie Williams,
he looked like Lucas Hatton.
You just all the way. I have to hear this from Austin in all my training shit.
You do, dude. It's all good.
You mean I look like Lucius Hatton with my bigger overhead, my bigger deadlift, my bigger squat? What? Okay, anyway. So I don't even have a bigger overhead than you, so I'll shut up. No, I think Eddie Williams, I just don't think these events are great for him, but I'm really impressed with his rise here.
I think if there was a grip event, then he would have a stronger shot.
Yeah, if they had some sort of wrecking ball hold or something else, yeah.
Yeah,
but again,
I think he's pretty average at everything going forward.
yeah, but
I
average
could
for
see him
these guys.
6th or 7th. I could see him 6th or 7th.
Yeah, yep, cool, man. And then Pablo made it. Pablo was a little more impressive than I thought he would be. Again, kind of hard to see. Like maybe the first event he could fly.
He's good at repping deadlifts. He's good at is he
Not
good at
this weight.
sandbag or does he suck at sandbag?
He sucked last year at sandbag, and he's not going to rep 800. Like he's
That's
a decent.
true. Right.
He'll get one, maybe two.
Yeah,
He
you're
also
right.
won't finish a stone run, and he's not going to win Mac. He's not going to be close to the top of the log. I know he's got that
Correct.
great split jerk, but that's better for an axle or a barbell. That split jerk, once you get past 440, is going to be really hard unless you're in a trooper.
He's
Or
probably
the
ends 8th or 9th. I could see that.
I could see that. I could also see Foytu either kind of front running here and do there, or I could see Foytu kind of falling back a little bit. And I had him picked as third in my original predictions, but looking at his events and going back to 2025, no, I actually, Mitch and Austin, I think, are vying for the top. I think Trey has a shot to throw himself in that mix, and then you've got Reyna there lurking from the outside, and Martins, I think, lurking from the outside, like,
those are your big
fuck you
five.
guys, I'm in this range, you know.
Those are your big five, and then Nick stealing it in.
I would love. God, it'd be so cool to see it. You know, Nick not zeroing a deadlift, maybe Nick could really run that first event, winning a Titans toss, survive. And again, Nick's overhead's not what people think it is. Nick could, again, with the way the jumps are and how tired these guys are. What if Nick hits 440? He already hit 430 at the fucking Arnold and nearly hit 2. He hit 430 at Smo. If he were able to get 440 and only 2 guys get 460 or something like that, if that's where the jumps are, he's not losing many points. Like, he could stay in the mix there. It's just hard to see him repping enough deadlifts or getting the stones heavy enough to really put into podium condition.
He can do those stones, though.
Yeah, he's good at stone.
I didn't say suck the stones. I just mean those
what's the heaviest? 440?
460.
And it's on a ring, though. He's not picking it dead up off the ground.
No, but they're running in. They're running in all 5.
Well, the heaviest one's the shortest run.
Right.
True.
Oh no, I'm not talking shit. I just
no.
I don't
know, dude. It sounds like you're talking shit.
My podium was Austin, Nick, and Trey. So you know.
But are you going to be there in the morning?
No, I'm in Houston with my wife and stepkids. My stepdaughter is here to see some dude I've never heard of at a concert. So my wife's taking her and her friend. I'm here with my 6-year-old stepson, chilling out. I'm gonna go pick them up. So I'll actually be there tomorrow morning. You're doing yoke?
I got yoke.
Oh.
What, your max like 350 or 400 pounds or?
Oh goddamn.
Dude, Bo, when you finish an EMOM, then you can talk.
Well, we'll find out Sunday because I've got a sandbag EMOM.
Hey, you gotta start the EMOM before you can finish it.
And says the guy doing 2 days a week of working out before Texas Strongest. So
you have to be able to count, 1, 2, because Bo likes to do a 1-minute EMOM that turns into every 3rd minute on the minute, and then say he finished it.
I thought EMOM meant you got a 1 minute, and then it's 2 minutes, and then it's a 3-minute break. I thought that's what that meant. Is that not what it means?
It's a rising break.
Yeah,
rising break.
Here. Let's settle an
argument. Add a minute every minute.
Let's settle an argument very quickly. I'm about to have to head off, guys. But Justin, what does RPE mean?
Rate of perceived exertion.
Okay, and how does that translate to lifting?
So
what would an RPE 8 and what's the difference between RPE 8 and RPE 9?
Yeah, so that's 80 to 90% max effort, thinking you could get 1 or 2 more reps in, most typically.
So like 80 or RPE 8 would be roughly 2 more reps in the tank?
Yeah, yes.
What about RPE 9?
No.
RPE 9 would be you could get 1 more rep in if you really put your position into it. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, guys. That's all I needed.
It's not that simple.
Good night. Bye. Y'all are great.
Because if you're doing a max,
I'll sit on the podium tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Guys, thank you so much for jumping on. That was really cool. I might try to do something like this again tomorrow. But certainly after it's over, we'll have some fun. But appreciate both you guys, encouraged, and I'll see. We're in different Strawman Corp Nationals. I go to my own for the old guys because they have to have disability parking and ramps for us,
Oh,
and then you guys got your own. But we're both all training for Strawman Corp Nationals in some event. So, congrats, guys.
I'll see you boys later.
yeah, man.
Thank
Have
you
a good
again.
one.